Vince Leggett dedicated his life to telling the full story of the Chesapeake Bay and the Black Watermen.
He was an educator, an orator, an author, and much more. Even named Admiral of the Chesapeake Bay, Maryland Governor Paris Glendening, the highest honor that you can get in the state for environmental achievements. Now, he passed away at the age of 71 this past November, leaving behind a remarkable legacy.
Celebrating Black History Month in Anne Arundel County.
Leggett called himself the country boy from East Baltimore.
He had the wits of someone, grew up in East Baltimore in the 50s and the 60s, but also had like the easy way of life of his other family members in Tillery in North Carolina.
Going every summer to work the land, and he said he believes that was the start of his connection to the environment.
And his connection to the past.
He started this just out of, I think, a need to connect more with the history of Africans, enslaved Africans that were brought here, and then their descendants.
He was curious about the old pictures of Black watermen who became prominent on the Chesapeake Bay in the mid-1800s, but whose stories were often left out of the history books.
He said there was no stories along with it, no captions. It would just say something like oyster shuckers, crab pickers, and it bothered him immensely.
Determined to fill in the blanks, Leggett founded Blacks of the Chesapeake in 1984. He visited their families and documented the history and legacy of Black watermen.
They owned seafood processing companies. They were entrepreneurs that employed the entire community.
For 40 years, Leggett worked to preserve the legacy of Black watermen through his growing foundation. He also fought to preserve one of the last pieces of land owned by a formerly enslaved man, Fred Carr.
The result is a new City of Annapolis waterfront park.
Elktonia Carr's Beach Heritage Park will honor the legacy of Carr's and Sparrow's beaches. The beaches served as a haven for generations of Black families during the height of segregation.
Ensuring that especially like BIPOC, indigenous, marginalized groups of people have access to the waterways once the park gets opened.
Over the years, he amassed a collection of pictures, records, and artifacts, which he began digitizing through the Maryland State Archives in 2017.
Always forward thinking about the sustainability of his collection and what he would be able to leave behind.
When Leggett passed away in November, Dee Dee Strum became the interim CEO.
Vince was a great person who everybody embraced because he embraced everybody.
Leggett's grandson, Akil, will take over when he finishes college.
The best way to uplift Vince and to ensure his legacy lives on is to ensure that Blacks of the Chesapeake lives on.
They're carrying out Leggett's goal of pouring into the youth so they can become stewards of the local legacy and of the Bay itself.
That advocacy for environmental justice is really what fuels our agenda into this 21st century.
On your corner in Annapolis, Caroline Forbach for WJZ.
This recognition goes a long way.
And the education is so important.
That's right.